everyone, we're still here and it's Christmas!
Another year flies by.
And it's time for all the news from Marlow Towers.
Yes, we're still operating a no-card strategy, part of an effort to save the planet through pointless gestures.
Nothing to do with the fact that every stamp you buy now puts money into the pockets of greedy shareholders.
Our annual gesture saves 1.5 square metres of rainforest.
Does it?
Yes.
How do you even work that out?
From official figures.
You've made up a survey, haven't you?
No.
I know how PR works. We gave 35 people a choice. Kill a puppy or eat a pot noodle. 52% chose pot noodle, making it the most popular sawdust-based snack in the world.
No, this is based on proper facts.
Proper facts from whom?
From men with clipboards. And people in white coats with safety glasses on.
Well, that makes a change.
It's funny you should say that because 2013 has been a year of change, especially in the Marlow household.
We've been very busy. Too busy to go on Dragon's Den, X Factor or MasterChef.
There were 2 main events in 2013. Innes was 50 and we have a beautiful grandson.
That makes me a granddad. And it means that sometime soon I'm allowed to evolve into a miserable old man.
Let me know when you start.
I hadn't realised, but when you become a granddad, you get an official government pack through the post. There's guidance on buying caravans and mowers, leaflets explaining how to introduce casual racism and homophobia into everyday speech.
There's hints and tips on being rude and a guide to help you stay out of touch with culture and technology.
Most of it's on floppy disk and cassette. It's quite cutting edge.
Tell them about your university course.
Much of the practical part is about driving habits for granddads. Tips on the lowest speed you can enter a motorway, currently 18 miles an hour. Misuse of indicators and how to get your automatic car from 0 to 60 via a bus shelter and a shop front.
Anyway, Grandad Innes has studied all of his paperwork and has taken several courses at the University of the Confused, once he found it.
Part of my coursework was to produce a study on little things in everyday life that annoy us. It took quite a long time to think of things. In the following epic you may find some that ring a bell, though if you're a real misery you won't agree with any of them, but you'll watch the lot just so you can moan. Enjoy! When you go into your sent items, you forget, hit reply, and you send yourself an email. A small stone that appears in your shoe only after you've put it on. Waiters in New York bringing you shed loads of pickles that you don't want and thinking that this simple act deserves a tip. Companies that make you wear an ID security pass even if you work in a really boring office and you've been there for 30 years. It's not about security, it's a control thing. They want to own your soul and at least take it off when you go for lunch. Sepp Blatter and FIFA's inability to deal with anything at all. Les Mis, Billy Elliot, Annie. Musicals they're like films, but they're for thick people who can't follow plots. You tell someone a really good joke and they just stare blankly at you. It's like showing a dog a card trick. Time Passages by Al Stewart. Some hotel bathrooms. Showers that don't work properly and baths so small that you might as well relax in the basin. Any music outlet that gives you recommended listening. Ditto bookshops. I don't want to be told what I want to listen to or what I want to read. In fact, if I went round the manager's house and told him what he was going to have for tea, he wouldn't be very impressed with that, would he? Don't tell me what you would recommend for me. I will choose. Line dancing. Oh, where do you start? The basic thing is, if you're going to dance, you should be able to dance how you want, not in lines organised by other people. It's the same with paint by numbers. You should be able to paint wherever you want, not in the little blocks where they put the numbers. Schools that want to avoid conflict, so they drop their nativity and they do something like Cats or the multicultural festive winter tale. No, we don't want that. We still want to see kids with tea towels on their heads pretending to be shepherds, or the really thick members of the class playing a tree or a stable door, something like that. Stonehenge, dominating the Wiltshire skyline since the dawn of time itself. No, it's not actually. It was set in concrete in the 1960s. The stones have been moved about quite a lot. It's really just a tourist trap. You might as well got a cowboy builder to dump a load of rubble in a field, and then the tourist board could have rearranged it in shapes. Simon Cowell, indecently assaulting the music industry. What's that, Pat? We're going out east, are we? Oh, here's trouble in the square. EastEnders, absolutely appalling writing and acting. Insurance companies that just try to sell to easily led people with fear. Same with windscreen companies. Oh, I had a chip in my windscreen and I had to cancel my wedding. What? It's rubbish. Don't be frightened by big companies trying to sell you stuff. Bands that don't write proper lyrics. Thin Lizzy. Somewhere in this town. Phil, mate, I've got news for you. It'll probably be at the jail. the keyboard that fails to mention halfway through that you've accidentally hit the caps button. Ticket agencies in the music industry, sucking the life out of the creativity. I don't want passwords, I don't want logins, I don't want convenience charges and a fiver for postage. I just want to buy tickets. Footballers who wear gloves when the temperature is above -5. The guy from Newcastle who's wearing them in September, he's going to be in for an almighty shock in January. And also, if you're going to watch a game in that sort of weather, don't carry a little old lady umbrella about. You're getting in the way, you're blocking people's view, and you're going to have someone's eye out. Every aspect of celebrity culture. I don't know anyone from Hollyoaks, and I don't care about what they get up to for self-promotion. People that you've met several times, but they don't remember you. Not only that, they're so thick, they can't even pretend to remember you. Finding the remote control next to the television. Funnily enough, there is only one place in the whole universe where you would not need to use a remote control, and that is next to the buttons that operate the television. You're in a restaurant. Oh. Hello sir, can I take your full order? Yes. You're having that, I'm having that. That's great, thank you. Can I get you any side orders, garlic breads, anything like that? No, that's our full order. We finished ordering after the bit where I said, that is our order. Alright, anything else I can get you? No. The clue was in the bit where I said, that's our order. What you do now is you go to the kitchen and make it happen for us, please. And then when you bring it back, if you could leave it about 20 seconds before asking us if that's okay, that'd be absolutely great. And of course then when we finish the meal, if you could bring me a feedback form, which is in fact just a thinly disguised marketing ploy to peddle our contact details around every marketing company in Europe. That'd be absolutely excellent, thanks. Bankers. Anyone who thinks that Warhorse or Diana were good films. You're just trying to doze off and a fly starts buzzing around the room. Equally annoying is a phone on the horizon in the house that needs charging and just beeps every couple of minutes. Non-competitive sport. What a great preparation for life that is. Everyone gets a prize, no matter how lazy they are. Hotel breakfast toast. Would you like brown or white toast, sir? I'd like brown toast because white is just warmed bread and it's limp and it's not toast. That also goes for bakeries. Would you like your pie warmed? No, I want it hot. What were you going to do? Stick it on a radiator? Football commentators who don't seem to realise that the rules have changed since 1972. Yes, technically he did touch the ball, but he took out the bloke's hip with 2 feet. Burglars. Commercial radio brainwashing the easily led with a playlist of only about 10 songs, most of which are aimed at 12-year-old girls. There is a lot of alternative music. Get out there and find it. It's a beautiful day today, isn't it? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. The word that is rather lonely on its own and doesn't actually mean anything, so don't use it. Some clients. You know who you are. In fact, you don't know who you are because I won't be sending you the link because you are so annoying that I wouldn't show you this. Weather forecasts. Hey, let's go to Carol with the weather. Oh yes, well earlier we had this warm front. Whoa, Carol, let me stop you right there. I was about when the warm front did its thing and the other bit. I'm kind of looking for weather that hasn't happened yet. Lovely of you to fill up half your forecast with what happened yesterday, but I was hoping that the forecast might have advanced weather. I'm sure there will be a market one day for a joint history and weather channel, but let me tell you, I'm not it. The worst song lyric of all time. If you didn't catch that, it was "'Cause I can't wait till you write me you're coming around." Ouch! Katrina, you might be walking on sunshine, love, but that did sound like a skeleton forcing a 3-wheeled shopping trolley across a corrugated roof. Drivers blocking the whole road when you turn in right. Have you not seen the highway code? There are other people out there. Think about them. Strictly. People I've not heard of doing something I'm not interested in, and there's a judging panel running through its script. But Innes, you miserable old git, 10 million people watch it. 55 million don't. Coke, you don't own Christmas. If having a big lorry was any qualification, then Eddie Stobart would be Santa, wouldn't he? And you can't claim football either. You can't just ram your corporate flag up something and claim it as your own. Social media. Yeah, I'm sure your kids are lovely, but I don't want to see them every day. Just because they've got a bit of custard on the end of their nose, you don't have to show us a photo of it. Just because they've got ice cream down their front, we don't care. I don't want to see your puppies. I don't want to see kittens. I want to see rally crashes. I want to see close shaves at air shows. I want to see thick people walking into closed glass doors. I want to see security drivers that are stuck on bollards because they've tried to jump lights. That's the sort of thing I'm interested in. I don't want to see your candles of peace. I don't want your glammed up bumper stickers that you want to pass on and share with the world. Things like, strangers are just friends you've not met yet. No, they're not. We're not interested. And if you're going on Twitter, don't tweet all the sycophantic stuff about great meetings and lovely networking sessions and that sort of thing. It looks needy and desperate. Hot meals served cold. It's 2013. That shouldn't be happening. And another annoying thing is I don't like gravy up my knife handle. Ugh. Companies that hide online, they're quite happy to take your business, but if you've got any query with them, they don't want to speak to you. Have you tried our page of frequently asked irrelevant questions? No, because none of them deal with my query. Stop hiding and engage with your customers. People who don't thank you. You hold a door open and they sweep straight through like you're the butler. In the car, you wait for someone for ages to come all the way up the outside of traffic. They don't bother to thank you. Or you send someone an email with something that they really want and they can't be bothered to spend 5 seconds coming back to you. Telephone selling. You're wasting your time and mine. Don't bother to ring. I don't want to speak to you. Who designed drinks coasters so that as soon as you pick them up, it sticks to it and then falls off before it gets to your face? Breakfast television. 2 vacant people sat on a sofa addressing other vacant people about nothing. Promoting their own programmes. Woman from EastEnders coming in. All great. What's she going to be wearing when she's dancing later or cooking or something like that? Holiday season's coming up. We've got a special feature on how to pack a suitcase. Have you now? There's war zones around the world, there's poverty, there's proper news going on, yet we have to put up with this drivel. I don't have time for cyclists who go too fast on the pavement, but this one is stupid pedestrians who step across cycle lanes, often dragging their scabby dogs with them. People who think it's funny to watch someone ranting about modern living. He's obviously not well, and all you're doing is encouraging it. He needs treatment. People who bore you with their top 50 annoying things. Yes, they may be letting off steam, and a rant is therapeutic, but it's quite indicative of some sort of mental illness.
So, what about 2013?
It was a busy year.
Do you reckon you could sum it up in about 20 seconds?
I'll try, again. It snowed, I went to Old Trafford, then it rained, I was 50, the rally car isn't ready, business is okay, I wrote a panto, and Al needed a new bonnet, I cut the hedge, produced a book, we had sunshine, we have a grandson, the boiler lost pressure, Miggins is partially sighted, we stayed at Oxford Jail, the mower still works, OMD were brilliant, Amy's getting married, Sherlock jumped off the roof next to Dan's station, I wired in a new light on the garage without killing myself, and I'm obsessed with putting fresh bread in the freezer.
So Merry Christmas!
And a Happy New Year! Rant was very therapeutic. Might treat myself to another one.
I doubt you'll be able to think of any more things that annoy you.
Yeah, you're probably right. You got anything that annoys you?
No.
No sign of Miggins, is you?
You said he wasn't allowed in the video.
Fair enough. Doesn't normally behave, does he?
Tell them about your university course.
It's the worst bit of acting I've ever seen. And I didn't even look at it, I just heard it and it sounded awful. What?
Tell them about your university course.
I can't do it if you look at me.